Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Adam with Jacksonville Wealth Builders here to talk to you today a little bit more about our property management company. And some of the most common questions we get regarding property management come down to the stats, the performance. How is the management company doing analytically? And most of our clients like numbers. They like percentages. They want to know exactly what we're tracking. And one thing about our company is we track everything quite religiously. So since the inception of our property management company in July of 2010, we now have about 200 properties under management. Now, out of the 200 properties in management, we track a maintenance cost of 4 to 6% each and every month. Now, ironically, I said 4 to 6%. Last month alone, it was 4.6%. So that's what we track each and every month, and that's just a pure, simple equation of maintenance cost divided by gross rent collected so that our owners know exactly what to set aside. The other component of that is vacancy. It's maintenance and then vacancy. Right now, we have a 91 to a 96% occupancy rate at any point in time, which means you're looking at 4 to 9% vacancy at any one time. So between the maintenance cost at 4.6% and an average vacancy cost right around 6%, you want to set aside 10% each and every month into a rainy day fund for when your house is vacant and when your house does need some work. Now, we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that we limit your maintenance and very much limit your vacancy. We're going to try to keep that tenant in there for the rest of their lives. Of course, sometimes people do like to move, and sometimes they move because they have to. A couple other stats to mention to you is we did have 6 evictions last year in 200 properties that we manage. That is something that's going to happen. The great thing for our investors is they don't have to do anything for it. We'll handle everything for them. But of course, that is a component that they do need to be aware of. Some of the other statistics is it takes us on average 23 days to rent out a property from the point of renovation complete to when a tenant moves in. 23 days. And we're renting out our properties for a little over $40 more than we commit to our Jacksonville Wealth Builders investors. So the great thing there is it's an extra $40 a month in your pocket as cash flow. For instance, if we say to you we're going to rent out a property for $975, on average we're renting that property for a little over $1,015 a month. So that variance right there is more cash flow in your pocket. So hopefully, one of the other things I wanted to mention is Section 8. We get a lot of questions about Section 8. And we do accept Section 8 residents. It's a small percentage, it's about 20 to 25% of our tenants are Section 8. Now the great thing about Section 8 is that the program is closed here in Jacksonville, Florida. So what we're finding is you get a higher quality tenant than you did in years past, because if they get kicked out of the program, there's no reapplication to get back, and they just lost their public funding for housing. So the tenants are doing a little bit more to keep up the house, to make sure they pay their portion of rent on time, and make sure that they're high quality tenants that we demand. Now we do have, like I said, 20 to 25% of our tenants are Section 8. Those are the only one-year leases we sign. Every other lease we sign is 24 months or more. Why? Because again, it benefits you as an investor. We want to keep that tenant in there happy and paying rent. So hopefully today we've accomplished the goal of sharing some stats, giving you a little bit more insight about the property management company. We do everything in our power to make sure we limit maintenance and vacancy, but it is very important as a Jacksonville Wealth Builder investor that you do set aside about 10% of your cash flow each and every month into a rainy day fund, because both of those will happen at some point over the course of a 20-year investment.